Let's tackle a more contentious issue today, shall we? Recently, the TV show Hannibal, based on the famous series of novels and movies, was canceled. I saw maybe one episode of it, so I have nothing to say on that issue itself. However, what did catch my attention was a statement by series producer Martha de Laurentiis. Did pirates kill Hannibal? Unfortunately, that is a cliffhanger that might last for a while. With more than 2 million viewers watching our show illegally, it's hard not to think online pirates were, at the very least, partially responsible for hundreds of crew members losing their jobs and millions of fans who watched the show legitimately, mourning the loss of a beloved program. Where do I even begin with the stupidity? Okay, so piracy has long been this sort of back and forth issue, with the past decade or two having Hollywood go on another crusade against it. You may have noticed some of the issues arising here on YouTube because of it, but it goes well beyond this. We'll go deeper into that in a bit. But I wanted to point out why this is particular bullshit. First of all, it's one thing to point out how evil pirates are killing your profits from a film where you have to pay to buy a ticket or a Blu-ray. But this was a show on NBC, a network television channel, meaning you can watch it for free. So you're complaining that people didn't watch it for free on your terms. Well, what about commercial profits, you might say? Well, several years ago, this would be valid. But we're living in a post-DVR world. The bulk of people watching it can skip right over your commercials with the push of a button. But for some reason, they've slacked off in the past few years of calling people criminals for recording with a DVR. Well, why not watch it on the channel's website the next day? And to that I say, why didn't you post at the same time it premiered on your network? People pirate not because they're some horrible criminal, but because oftentimes it's far more convenient for them to just download it and watch it on their own time. In many cases, it's people who are downloading it because they simply have no other way to access it. Many foreign countries are blocked on some streaming sites, including many of these networks. So, if they don't get your channel and your network is blocked, how the hell else are they supposed to watch your show? And that's the sick thing here. Well, every statement is aimed at how sick and twisted these demonic pirates ruining your shows and movies are. These are oftentimes your fans. People who don't want to miss an episode. People looking to get into the series and needing to catch up. These are the same people who will run out and buy your DVDs and Blu-rays once they're released. These are the same people talking about it on message boards and promoting the things they love. Yet, for some reason, you're dismissing a whole segment of fans. And call me crazy, but those are still fans. Everyone watching this video has the option to skip the ads. Everyone watching this video on a mobile device makes me zero money. These people are still awesome because they're taking the time to listen to me ramble, to enjoy the content I produce. Why the hell would I call them names and dismiss them just because I don't make a profit on them? And that's the sad thing. You're not combating a threat to your profits. You're insulting and pushing away potential customers. People who love your stuff, but can't access it or simply don't want to deal with your bullshit. You're alienating customers. You see these things behind me? These are movies. Each of them I purchased because I wanted to see the movie, or just loved it and needed it in my collection. 3 sets of shelves with well over 1,000 movies. More than half of these began by calling me a criminal. This is one of my biggest pet peeves from the era. You put the disc in, and either in a splash screen or some long nonsense plays, telling you how horrible piracy is. The most egregious ones are the ones pointing out how you wouldn't shoplift or steal a purse, so why would you steal a movie? Guess what? I bought your fucking movie, shithead. You don't need to tell me how evil piracy is when I gave you money for it. Why are you accusing me of stealing your shit on the copy I bought? Oh, but it's not just movies and TV shows being stupid. Music is just as ridiculous. CDs now pale in comparison to digital sales. However, they go out of their way to institute DRM garbage that makes it impossible to just enjoy the music. This is the exact reason I don't buy music from iTunes. iTunes has some horrible DRM practices that require you to be signed in to listen to the song you downloaded. Guess how many songs I lost because I don't have access to an old account anymore? More than 0. This is exactly why I buy my digital music from Amazon, which has no DRM on their files. So, imagine that. I give my money to the company that doesn't treat me like a criminal with the items I bought. So what you've done is alienate a potential customer into finding some other way to access something of yours that they're interested in. Pirates are no different. Then that's not even getting into the DMA nightmare currently still plaguing YouTube, where anybody can flag your content with a copyright claim and take your money or just get you taken down. The Nostalgia Critic posted a far more comprehensive video on the whole thing. But my point is that these practices are giving power to the wrong people and demonizing people who are at worst fans of yours, giving you publicity and spreading the awareness of you. And it all goes back to this knee-jerk reaction of piracy. Should people support the things they love with their wallets so more can be made in turn? Absolutely. But this is not such a black and white issue anymore. This is not the same as somebody breaking into your house and stealing your TV. This is more like somebody taking a picture of your painting because they like it so much. This is a case of content producers refusing to adapt to a different world. This is a fascinating time to be living in as a creator. There are so many potential avenues for people to make money on their creative efforts. The problem is that these old gated worlds are afraid because things have changed. And instead of finding new and creative ways to make money, instead they cross their arms and stubbornly call people criminals. Remember when TV came along and was going to destroy the profits of movies? Or VHS tapes, the same thing? Yep, I certainly remember how movies stopped being profitable well before I was born. Because there certainly aren't films making record profits or anything. And that's not even getting into the crazy idea of, making better content people want to pay for. But that's really another rant. So, what's your take on the whole issue? Been watching this episode on YouTube while not skipping the ads? Or did you download this from some sinister underground torrent? Either way, thanks for watching. See you next time. There's a far worse perpetrator of this. The repro sellers. If you find somebody selling a repro hack and calling it rare, this is not someone you should do business with. Because these are not rare. These are manufactured whenever you need them. There are quite a few reputable repro sellers who will slap any ROM you wish on a cart. YouTube just wasn't a thing I spent a lot of time indulging in. But over time, it became apparent that people were also using it as a creative outlet. Well, television grows increasingly stale. This little website became the Wild West for video content. Not just posting their own personal bullshit like Facebook, but actually producing professional-looking content for